Gaming on mobile has been improving at a far greater rate than any technology that came before it. Android games seems to hit new heights every year. With the release of Android Nougat and Fukan API, it only stands to get better and better over time. It won't be long before mobile sees some even more impressive titles than we have now. Without further delay, here are the best Android games available right now. Fortnite should probably be on this list. Vainglory is probably the best MOBA available on Android. It features a large cast of characters along with a fairly traditional MOBA experience. You'll have your typical 3 lanes that you'll need to attack or defend along with 2 teammates. You can play with or against real people or bots if you want to. The performance is top-notch and there are over 24 characters that you can unlock. There are also no energy bars or other freemium hoops to jump through. Many MOBAs come and go, but Vainglory remains the best on mobile. The Room is a series of 4 puzzle games. The latest game in the Room series is just as big of a hit as its predecessors and they remain among the best Android games. The Room is a series of escape puzzle games. Each room has a bunch of mysterious objects. Your goal is to solve the puzzles and get out. You progress from room to room to find even more unique objects and solve their puzzles until you win the game. The latest one, The Room, Old Sins, includes cloud saving, Google Play Games achievements, and even a small exploration element. You can't go wrong with any of these. They're all very good. Stardew Valley is easily one of the best premium games from 2019 and one of the best games overall. It's a farming simulator with some RPG elements. You start out with a neglected farm and must rebuild it to its former glory. Players catch fish, grow crops, raise livestock, and interact with the various townspeople. You can even get married and have a family. The retro graphics helps keep things simple, but the game has dozens of hours of content. It's the best farming sim on mobile even if it's not entirely realistic. Square Enix is one of the few big name. Fans of JRPG games have remakes of Final Fantasy 1-7 and 9, 7 Dragon Quest games, Chrono Trigger, and Final Fantasy 15, Pocket Edition to play and they're all really good. Hitman, Sniper, the original Tomb Raider, Deus Ex Go, and Lara Croft go round out a decent selection of puzzle games. You have Heaven Strike Rivals and Final Fantasy Tactics, What L for tactical RPGs, Secret of Mana for an action RPG, and the Deus Ex series for strategy shooter enthusiasts. Even their freemium efforts, such as Final Fantasy Brave Exvius and Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia are pretty good. They added Valkyrie Profile, Lenneth in May of 2018, another ported classic. PUBG Mobile hit the ground running upon its releases. Thankfully, it's actually a very competent mobile FPS. It features simple, effective controls, decent graphics, and a simple premise. Basically, 100 people drop from a plane onto an island and duke it out until only one is left standing. The island is littered with gear, weapons, and vehicles along with a mechanic that lowers the play area over time to keep matches from lasting too long. PUBG Mobile Lite is a lighter version of the game with fewer players per match and lower graphical settings. It's only available for some devices, though. Pokémon Go exploded onto the mobile gaming scene in July 2016 and immediately became of the best Android games ever. It's an augmented reality game similar to Ingress where you walk around the real world, catch Pokémon, complete little side missions, battle for gyms, and hit up Pokestops to restock on items. It beat virtually every record in the books as the world's most popular mobile game. Thankfully, the game gets frequent updates with new features. Some more recent features include an AR camera mode, new Pokemon, and a bunch of other neat stuff. Oddmar is a platformer from 2019. It's by the same developers of Leo's Fortuned, another excellent platformer that spent years on this very list. Oddmar tells the story of a disgraced Viking looking to redeem himself in the eyes of his village. The actual gameplay super smooth and enjoyable. Additionally, the game comes with 24 levels, a 3-star scoring system for replay value, and hardware controller support for play on Android TV or just on a controller. Noodlecake Studios is one of the most unique developers of Android games. Some excellent titles from this studio include Framed 1 and 2 for puzzle games, Alto's Adventure, and Alto's Odyssey, for Infinite Runners, Real Mist and its sequel for more hardcore puzzle fans, Wayward Souls for action-adventure fans, Island Delta for shooter fans, Mikey Shorts and Farm Punks for platform fans, and many more. We also really liked Lumino City for its uniqueness and vignettes for its simplicity. Nintendo has a decent number of Android games and they're all pretty decent. They have one premium game with Super Mario Run. Many believed it to be too high of a price. However, mechanically, it's one of the best platformers on mobile. Nintendo also has a couple of premium options including Fire Emblem Heroes, Strategy RPG, and Animal Crossing, Pocket Camp, Simulation. Nintendo added Dragalia Lost to its repertoire in September of 2018, as well as Drive Mario World in 2019. Finally, Mario Kart Tour is the second biggest mobile game releases of all time, second only to Call of Duty. Monument Valley returns to the list with the release of Monument Valley 2. Both games are still very excellent. In fact, they both have virtually identical gameplay mechanics and graphics. The player adventures through Escher-style puzzles where levels are movable to complete the path using illusions. The premise is still charming and the Monument Valley franchise continues to stand as a couple of the best mobile games ever. Minecraft is a popular game all around the world for people of all ages. For those who have never played, Minecraft puts you in a giant world where you mine stuff, build stuff, beat up bad guys, and do pretty much whatever you want. There is a survival mode where you must mine your own resources and food along with a creative mode that gives you unlimited everything. Frequent updates have added tons of new content and possibilities. The game is pretty much on par with its PC and console counterparts. In fact, you can play on multiplayer servers with people on those platforms. Nifty. MADFINGER Games has a long history of success in mobile gaming. The Shadowgun series are sci-fi shooters with both campaigns and multiplayer modes. Unkilled and the Dead Trigger games are mission-style zombie shooters with a ton of missions and stuff to do. These are the best examples of a good FPS game on mobile in terms of mechanics and graphics. The latest game is Shadowgun Legends, but pre-registration for Shadowgun War Games is available now. Grid Autosport launched in 2019 and immediately became one of the best racing games for Android. The Riptide GP and Asphalt franchises are also quite good, but Grid Autosport hits almost all of the check marks. The game also boasts excellent graphics, excellent controls, hardware controller support, tons of content to play through, tons of cars to unlock, and a variety of racing styles. Evoland 1 and 2 are two of the most unique Android games. They both use a variety of game mechanics. That includes puzzle, RPG, top-down shooter, classic fighter, trading card, and platformer mechanics. The games pay ode to the proverbial good old days of gaming. Each switch in mechanics also changes the graphics to better suit that part of the game. Call of Duty Mobile is the latest game on this list. We usually wait a while before adding a game, but Call of Duty Mobile is so intensely popular with such a high rating that we added it more quickly than usual. The game has both a normal FPS online PvP mode along with a 100-player Battle Royale. That puts it in a rare category where it does Battle Royale like PUBG Mobile, but also regular FPS PvP like Critical Ops or Modern Combat. There is a surprising amount of stuff to do. I would be grateful for subscribing to my channel, as well as for likes and comments.